Good afternoon. It's Monday, December the 7th. I'm back in the region Nook, and I've dragged this big parcel back out, and I'm going to basically continue doing an unboxing of this big box. Now, if you've been watching these videos, you'll know that essentially I've been sent a big box of things from Free League Publishing, for which I'm going to say thank you very much, Bowl and Thomas. You've been very generous, and I've already started reviewing them, and I'm going to continue reviewing them over the next few weeks or months. So let's see what we've got in here as I delve further down. In fact, I've actually got this the wrong way around, because for variety I've been going left and then right. I know it sounds daft, but you know, if you're going to delve into a box, it's sort of like, okay, you're working your way down, let's take your time about it, see what's down there. So let's go down this way. Make the packing chips. So lots of things in here. And alien book, and then here, box set. I think I'm going to have to go down, see what's on the left, not the right. Sorry, this isn't very much for an unboxing. I really sort of, it's more furcling in the box. But I'm going to get there. So pull that out. It's already done. Fasten. Oh, okay. What have I got here? Okay, yeah, this thing again. Grab this. Okay. Symbaroum, okay, Adventure Pack 4. Once the conversation dies out, silence falls like a heavy blanket over the world. The sudden cracks of the fire resound like hammer blows in your ears. To make any noise at all feels like a violation of the unnatural stillness. Well, the world is absolutely quiet, mute like the dead. In the darkness beyond the wavering ring of light cast by your campfire, even the moaning of the wind has ceased. As long as you were on the road, the silence was hidden behind the sounds of the journey, stomping boots, creaking backpack straps, clattering cookware. But even then, the surroundings were eerily lifeless. Not even the buzzing of insects could be heard. Irina says she saw a bird passing north during the afternoon. The rest of you nod agreement, none of you truly believing it. This is northern Albatross, on the border between civilization and the dark. You've not travelled very far from the cliff of Corinda, but it's still a wasteland, abandoned by both humans and wildlife. The only creatures you can expect to meet are the dead that have risen again. They are out there, somewhere in the darkness, in the silence. Okay, so this is an adventure pack for Symbaroum. Symbaroum is Free League Publishing's dark fantasy, or sort of like Dark Ages fantasy setting, about essentially clash between civilization and nature, after one civilization has been forced to flee following a great cataclysmic war against the dark. And so far it's been really well supported with a lot of scenarios, more scenarios than background material. There's plenty of background material in the scenarios and in the campaigns, but there's a lot of role play that content that you get with the game system, right from the very start. And basically there's an adventure in the back of the book, but then automatically there's two adventures, basically in the first adventure pack, and then you go through with the screen and the campaigns and so on. So Adventure Pack 4 features two scenarios that are different that in different ways relate to the growing internal divisions within the Ambrian realm. The Ambrian realm is essentially the new realm that the old civilization of Alberator essentially founded when the people fled north. Call of the Dark plays out in the northern territories of the lost land of Alberator, where the player character will accompany a lowborn noble who is looking to prove the status of her family. The second adventure, Retribution, initially deals with the search for a person who has gone missing in the city of Karun, but is soon shown to involve events that may have serious consequences for the relationship between the peoples of the Davokar region. Naturally, the player characters have a chance to influence the outcome of these stories, provided they handle all the challenges that stand between them and a happy ending. So you've got two full-length scenarios, Call of the Dark and Retribution. The Albarian Barony of Sali and the city of Karun, as detailed adventure landscapes or essentially locations. A dozen locations and establishments where characters can eat, trade, sleep, find information and visit the local authorities. 4 colour maps of the Barony and the city, 4 artefacts and a series of new or alternative rules. Essentially such as ones regarding forced riding and another the dangers of the darkened land. Now really none of right from the very start of Symbaroum, the story has been of the characters fleeing the Darklands after the disastrous war. The thing about that is that they will encounter other peoples north of the mountains, but that's kind of the narrative, and then essentially what they're discovering north of the mountains and the Great Wood of Davokar. There. Now, as ever, the artwork in this is going to be great. The Symbaroum has some fantastic artwork in it, and you're seeing some of that artwork, that's the same artist working on the Alien role-playing game, which I did an unboxing of recently. So let's get into it. Okay, and this is, that's just the index page, basically the page of contents. You know, really nicely laid out, great art, nice map, and you'll get an idea of what you're going to be seeing later on. And very quickly you are into the Call of the Dark. Sort of timeline, locations like this map. You can even see for a book as sort of like, it's not a long book, but even you've got a bookmark down there, which is nice little touch. This is quite text heavy, but that's not really a problem with a book this size. And then you've got various the acts, various NPCs, and then basically you're into the second act. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting scenario, because essentially it's not somewhere that Symbaroum has really taken the player characters before. So yeah, basically you've got like a handout there, just to see, just put that back, just like that. Sorry, my fingers and everything else is cold today. On to Retribution. There isn't as much artwork in here, but it's all good. It's all good. Really nice piece of artwork. I'm going to be interested to review this. These have always been enjoyable to review. You've got details of the sort of the city of Karun there. So all the way through. Basically, again, a couple of scenarios consists of 2 or 3 acts, relatively short, and these are going to last, sort of like 2-3 sessions or so, something like that. I would think, and you could probably fit these into an ongoing campaign with relatively ease. So what have we got? New rules cover the dangers of the darkened land. Then an ability, two-handed finesse, so you can actually fight two-handed with essentially with some basically with finesse rather than might. Forced riding, new rituals. some new artifacts. The interesting thing in the with artifacts in Symbaroum is that they have a corruptive. They do. So many of them have a corruptive effect whenever you use them. You have to attune yourselves to them, and they're powerful. But there's a price. So lastly we have some handouts. Go. So we've got a chronicle there. And then we go into maps and images. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reviewing this. These are always, this is a pleasure to review. But that is Symbaroum Adventure Pack 4. Basically dark ages style campaign of civilization versus nature. So again, thank you to Free League Publishing for providing me with the review copy. That review is forthcoming. And thank you for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you like what you've seen, please do comment. And if you really like it, then subscribe, because I'll be posting more of these as more things sort of like come to my cross the threshold, as it were, come through the letterbox, and I unbox them for fun and just to show them to you. Anyway, bye for now.